Time now for Better Money. Joel Johnson, a certified financial planner and managing partner with Johnson Brunetti, is here. And you're often hearing now in this corporate culture that people might be retiring before they planned on it. They might be forced to retire. So what should people do when that happens?
Well, you want to take a step back and kind of stay calm,
yeah,
right,
okay.
as the old saying goes, and look at, do you have to get another job? What about retirement? Can you afford to do something you want to do instead of scrambling around to find that job, or do you just need to get back into the workforce? But it's important to step back and do a reset, maybe try to just take 3 or 4 days and just sort of take it calm, because if we make panic decisions, many times they're wrong or they're short-sighted.
So your first point is determine if you need to find another job. How would you determine that?
Well, do you need the money? Do you need the money, and do you need the same amount of money?
Of course I need the money, but you might need to sit down with a professional, right?
You might need to sit down with a financial planner. Many times people are just used to working, but when you look at their finances, they're fine. They would be okay. And the wonderful thing about that is now they can go and work to what they want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a handy person, maybe you're an engineer, you get laid off. Maybe you're a handy person, you go work at a Home Depot. Do something you enjoy if you don't need to make as much money. Some people need to keep working.
Okay, so number 2, you want to review your benefits, Social Security, healthcare options, because that's money in another form.
Right, so depending on how old you are, you may be able to collect Social Security if you're over 62. Healthcare is a big deal. If you're not 65, when you can go on Medicare, you might need to figure out how to bridge the gap for healthcare. So we want to review all those things that will now change because you don't have employer assistance, or maybe there's money like Social Security or pension you can trigger.
Okay, decide what to do with your 401k.
Yeah, so this is a big one. Do you leave it behind at the company, or do you transfer it over to an IRA, which is tax-free, but then you have more flexibility and more control over managing it, over beneficiary designations, maybe naming a trust as a beneficiary, and so on. So for most people, it makes sense to roll over that 401k, but not for everybody. It's important to do an analysis.
Okay, and then again, you want to determine if you can afford to retire, and that's sort of by looking at all these things. Maybe you could retire if you just had a part-time job, or...
Right, exactly. And so that's why it's really important to do what we call, our process is called a retirement income analysis, where we look at how much money does somebody have saved, what are the future sources of guaranteed income, like Social Security and pension, what are their goals, and can they meet all those goals without additional income? That way somebody can work if they want to, not because they have to.
Okay, and so we have something to help people at home. It's a free offer here, Forced to Retire. It's a book that Joel has put together, and for more information, you can get this free offer by going to bettermoneytv.com. Just find the box that says click here to receive your free offer, and Joel and the team, you'll send that off to people.
Yeah, it's got the 7 things that people need to take, the 7 steps people need to take to make sure they're going to be okay.
All right, thank you so much, Joel.
Thanks, Kara.
That's Better Money.